but and look.
Super cherry CT and torso and arm. He ain't going down.
Big pack here from Eon. So obviously they know
like
Eon.
direct.
Oh, Jesus! Can MJ12 pull something off here? Furia finishes on Prowler. Honor Wolf is about to go down. He's down, yeah. Furia finishes him off as well. Pretty Rex. One touch on the CT there. I think Dario's been leg though. That's bad. Oh, Data just gets CT one. Oh, 1, 2. Oh.
Yeah, it's got very weak leg hitting.
Jesus. But and that's it for him.
Takes out Adam.
Kid Force getting murdered by those frickin' streaks, and he's down.
Yeah, what eyes.
None of which are under 50 tons. So he is severely outmatched.
Oh, they've realised he's there now. They should be able to finish him off. Yep, Frio goes down. Yep, now John McFuzzy goes down. RJF are like, well, we got the win. We don't really need it. We got
There
a
we
full
go.
cap. Yep, they're diving him and he's dead.
Down to 59%.
Oh, taking a stranger coming.
No one's coming to help him. There's a little.
Doing effect. Honorwolf doing a fine job.
Oh, Draven loses a leg and is down. It's down.
Lost the torso. Ah.
This is just a straight up scrum.
Doozle on him. Sinjo in the Night Gyre. Oh, he's legged and going down.
Hello and welcome to MWO Leagues 2. This is Coyote, and I'm here with System Belmont. We're going to be casting the game today, the game between KDCM and MJ12. What do you think about the standings right now according to the tournament website, System?
You mean I gotta look at them?
Well, Kel's Danger Close Mercenary outfit is coming in at 185 points right now, and Majestic 12 is at 171. There's a possibility for 50 points on the board. 50 points could possibly create an upset if KDCM were to get that many. As far as the Division B is concerned, they could, according to this, I think they could take third place. Is my
basically,
math
yeah,
correct? Okay, and then if MJ12 is able to take all the points, they're gonna jump ahead of KDCM and maybe even they would jump ahead of KDCM. I'm not sure if RJF has a game today.
They should not. This is the last, basically the last match. 228 Wuhan Watch versus whoever the hell they're fighting right now. He's on the other channel. Reveal Leagues 1.
So we're going to be going straight into the 1v1, and it is a Nova Prime with ER small lasers in the left and right arm. How would you take this mech down if you had to fight it, System?
It's definitely an ugly mech to use.
Yeah, I really think, like, if you lose your weapons, you're probably going to die. But anyways, it looks like both teams are ready to go. Are they locked?
They are.
All right.
And we should be all ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let me just do one little thing quickly here.
Website System.
Just letting everybody know that the comp matches are online right now. Let's launch. Giggity has had a great time doing these 1v1s. I know that he, I believe, stripped one last bite from 228 Blackwatch in one shot during their match in the first week that I cast.
Did he really? that's great.
It was basically a massacre, if I remember it correctly.
Yeah. All right, we got Staz and RN from MJ12 spawning in the opposite corner, and Giggity spawning over here in this corner. And
This is
let's see how
command.
this plays out.
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Watch these sweet, fast, hot Nova Primes.
They got jump jets too, so we can see some aerial bombardment with arms unlocked. We'll see how it plays.
Either someone getting
Giggity's
blown
not
out of the
moving.
air, or
Giggity's not moving. What's going on? Oh, uh-oh. We're gonna have to redrop. They're in third person. So one of the settings in the
that sounds like my fault.
Command to ground forces. We're detecting
That is
no more
okay.
hostiles.
we
I
came
should
up
let
with,
him do it.
we came up with a new word. It's Q-aside. I'm all for that. It's pretty good. Staz, oh. Staz, like Giggity killed himself. He doesn't take the victory though. This is a redrop that needs that.
Oh, did I drop out of my own lobby too?
Oh,
Worst.
I can get you back in if I need to.
I'll create new lobby because I gotta control it.
Roger that.
So I am the worst.
Looks like you can rejoin, maybe.
There we go. Rejoin. Perfection. I don't do this role often, so that isn't my fault.
Hey, you know, last game for Division B, you gotta mess around with them a little bit. You know, I completely understand.
All right. Let's get ready to drop. And lunchtime.
All right, here we go. So I wonder, you know, if one of these guys takes off the other's arms, if we'll see some angry farming, because I saw a little bit of it last night between the matches where, like, you know, they stripped the mech and then they started shooting the leg and like kind of messing around a little bit.
Eliminate all enemies,
Hopefully
no
they
matter
don't
the
do that.
cost.
They just kill each other outright.
Trying to up those damage numbers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got a strip mech, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Headshots, whatever, you know.
That's right. Yeah, we'll see how many shutdowns we have in this too, as these are super hot mechs.
Giggity taking cover. He drops a UAV. Yes. Okay, so I wonder if Staz saw that.
They both know where they are. They just need to get better angles.
Looks like a little bit of a NASCAR here around this tree. I wonder how long the fight's going to happen around this this cylinder or pillar. Staz is just kiting around the map. Oh, there we go. First engagement right there. Giggity getting the first shot.
Yeah, Giggity looks like he's going for weapons.
All right, let's see. It's going to come down to who strips who first.
Do orange torso for Stas, and
Yeah, Giggity's left arm is damaged. What's the damage on Staz right now?
left torso, sorry.
Ooh,
Yep,
and it's gone.
blown
Oh,
up.
oh man.
Down to 60 or smalls.
It's not over. It's not over. Staz can still take control of this. Maybe if Gate moves into that strike. Oh, he's outside of the range. Oh, it did hit, didn't it?
Head-on strike took him down 9%.
Yeah, these guys are about even now, even though Giggity's ahead in armor. Another strike going down. Not sure by who, but we'll see here in a minute. Yeah, it's out of the picture. It is so close right now. It's going to come down to who gets whose arm first.
Yeah, great work by both pilots using... And that's it.
KDCM takes the 1v1. Wow. That wasn't even an arm destruction. Was that CT?
Yeah, that was CT.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 346 to 289 damage number. Well done by both players. Get a quick answer from Giggity or their team captain on which side they want.
Yeah. So for the stats captured, Giggity had 3 components destroyed, and the KMDD at the end there. Good damage from both of them. Just huge like focus from Giggity right there. KDCM taking the 1v1. Do you have any idea which side they want to do?
Still waiting for an answer.
Raj.
Team 2 sides, so it stays the way it is.
So the first map coming up is going to be, if I can remember, geez, the match was yesterday. Forest Colony. So the cap is Theta for Forest Colony. This is going to be 4 lights and 1 medium. Let me see. Good possibility that blue team can come in from Bravo or the Charlie spawns and go through the pass, taking Theta immediately if they're fast enough. Maybe placing a medium on top of the arch as well to kind of give them that overwatch position. Red has a similar option as well. So red team can come in. They can put a medium pretty much anywhere in the 7 line, but if they decide to take the Citadel, the top part of Hotel 7, that'll give them Overwatch if they have a mech that prefers range. And then it's possible that they could spawn their 4 lights in Charlie and just kind of screen for that medium to keep it protected. What do you think, System, about the Forest Colony strategy? How would you anticipate it's going to play out?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think it's way harder for Team 1 on this side. Team 2 has the full advantage of having full sight of the tunnel and Theta and having better cover. So I think with this one, Team 1's got to rush the Hotel 8 G7 line. Just like flank them basically. Try to keep rushing them into the open ground so they don't have the advantage in the hills.
Yeah, I really think that KDCM's going to do sticking together quite a bit. We might see a little bit of more like big brain strategy from MJ12. They might split their lights up a little bit, try and like wear them down. But if KDCM catches them, they're going to be hard pressed to escape.
Yeah.
If they do that 5-man like brawl push type thing that they're known for. Probably going to see a bunch of medium pulse from both sides. I really don't anticipate that we're going to see any like real like offshoot mechs, but I've been surprised before. We'll see what they decide to do.
Okay, first person. No. Okay, both teams fully in. Just waiting for MJ12 to finish and ready up.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm just kind of excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, me too.
Like I said, with KDCM being a very brawl hard pushing team, they've done some great brawl strategies in place of some of the ways other teams play, and done well against really good teams as well with their brawling strategy. So
yeah, they're no slouch when it comes to like upsetting the meta. You know what I mean? Like, brawl is something that you normally wouldn't use as much in the original 8v8 competitive scene. But now that it's 5v5 and there's only 10 minutes to do whatever you need to do, it's definitely an option.
So I've got 1 more minute to set up. So what are the maps we have for today? We have right now Forest Colony, then Polar Highlands, Hibernal Rift, which is a Kappa, Conquest Point, Rubelite Oasis, and Crimson Strait with Epsilon Cap Point.
Yep.
Perfect. MJ12 is locked. KDCM 5 minutes.
Yeah, I wonder. Coming up later on in the Polar Highlands strat, I wonder exactly what's going to happen there as well, because I've been seeing Lerms, I've been seeing Clegg, so I wonder if either of these teams might take that option as well in the next matchup.
It's not a bad idea. You can still play aggressive with Lerms. I know us with D4 back in the day, we did it before, and it does work. You just got to be smart about how you move and stuff. You still keep range, but you still push.
Yeah,
Keep them within great ranges where they can't do anything. So
it's
it'll be
very
interesting to see how they play it.
It's kind of difficult too in that medium setup too, when you try to like compensate with a bunch of LRM boats, because you end up trying to choose like armor over tubes, right? So you kind of start cutting armor, and then like if they get close to those Lerm mechs, you can get killed pretty quick.
Yeah, and sharing armor is still essential for all these matches.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of good matches from these guys over the course of the entire ToC 5v5, and really excited to see our first 5v5 match here in just a second on Forest Colony with 4 lights and a medium, Kappa's Theta. Looks like both teams are locked system.
For that. Good to go, then. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do this. Hopefully no more mistakes from my side.
It's not in third person. I think we're good to go.
Well, we're just here for some excitement, right? Can't let everything run smoothly.
Hey, if ToC 2 comes out and they want to, Crass wants to do third person, I'm down for it. I think it'll be fun.
One full drop, third person. That would be.
Just imagine like peeking corners with it, It's completely abusing that third person ability.
Yeah. Should do that with the last drop. Why not?
We'll see.
Keeps things fresh.
You want to call out blue first, and I'll do red.
Just waiting for the drop ships. They are stuck in space.
In the space.
You wanted me on red?
Yeah. I got this.
So we have Dreadnought and a Kit Fox G, an Urban K9 for Giggity J, and a Griffin 1E, Wolfhound 1A for Slow Softener, and a Mistlinks B for Invictus. What do
For
you have? Just
MJ12, we have Draven Dark Shadow and Osiris 4D, Dementhos and Uziel 6P, Todd Marshall and Wolfhound 2R, and Horseman and Urban Mech K9, followed by Staz RN and a Javelin 11A. So the Javelin's out in the water. Looks like he's grouping up with this team for MJ12 right now. What do you see for KDCM? What do you think they're going to go for?
I dropped in a mech somehow.
Uh-oh. Tilde key.
Pressing too many buttons, obviously.
Looks like KDCM is going to go for the cap first.
Yeah, they're a hard Theta.
Oh, we're gonna see some arch strat from MJ12. It looks like. Do you think they're gonna go on top?
Beta is
They
controlled
might.
by the enemy.
It looks like they might to me.
That javelin. Let me see if it has the medium laser. It does. Could see a bit of a trade strat here from MJ12. Ooh, strike on the corner right in front of Dementos from KDCM.
Oh man,
He's
there are so
he's
many
out.
medium pulse lasers in all these mechs.
Oh yeah. Are they gonna go torsos or legs? Let's see what happens. It looks like they're gonna go legs for MJ12.
Yeah, Dreadnought with all the SRMs in that Kid Fox.
Yeah, he's already 70% though. He's gonna have to roll his armor with his team.
Invictus with all the machine guns trying to clean up.
Dementos goes down. Dreadnought could be next for KDCM. He is leg near strike. Two of MJ12 necks peeled off. They're away from the fight. This Urban Mech K9 isn't going to be able to get away.
Yeah, KDCM doing a great job here.
They even got the cap, and they're just staying together, rolling their armor, and just complete target focus. Another strike coming out from MJ12. Maybe looking lucky here. Todd Marshall isolated in the tunnel. He's trying to get out.
Yeah, Stas trying to get back. He's fighting Giggity.
The legs on Stas are going. He's on his right leg, and that's all he's got left. He's trying to dead leg. He goes down as well.
Yeah, and Draven's running super hot right now. He's not going to be in a good place here right away. About to lose the
Victus
leg.
with the mislinks.
That's
Just it seems like it has infinite ammo.
The enemy has capped enough
Oh
resources.
wow.
We've failed.
Well, it's not over until it's over. And I really think that MJ12 just needs to come together and improve their target focus. We'll see what happens in the next match.
Yeah, 291 and 291, both top damage numbers from Draven and Stool Softener, but with Stool Softener with 3 kills, 2 assists. Well done by both teams. Nice damage spread by both guys. Let me switch team sides. Then we can take a look at the stats.
Stats capture coming up now. So, not a little bit of team damage for KDCM. Jay coming in with 16 team damage. I guess he was just kind of cracking the whip on his guys. The components destroyed for Stool Softener was 3. Same for Invictus. For MJ12, we have Todd Marshall with the kill on Dreadnought. Good damage scores all around for everybody that played. Dreadnought actually coming in the lowest with that Kid Fox with the SRMs. So next match we have Polar Highlands. Let me load that up for you guys. Alright, Polar Highlands Conquest, cap is Theta. It's going to be 4 mediums and a heavy. There's a lot of ways to play this. You can take like a medium pulse deck and maybe a ranged mech for your heavy and kind of just push up from the spawns. The spawns generally aren't that different in position. So, I mean, essentially it's just going to come down to who sees who first and whether or not they take a trench approach or if they just take a high ground approach for both teams. Holding the cap is going to come into play throughout the match. As we saw in a couple of games last night, if you ignore the cap and the other team gets too many tickets, even if you have one mech left alive, it can still turn out to be a bad thing. So, what do you think, System?
I mean, I expect the same. And if I always do at a KDCM, they're gonna come in, bundle up, push hard, take the cap, try to roll over MJ12. So there's a lot of cover and stuff in this map if you use it correctly. So
I've
should be
been wondering,
interesting to see how they push it in.
If MJ12 sticks the cap and then sets up like a range trade, because I mean mediums can range trade, you know, and a heavy definitely can do it. So I wonder if they can like envelop KDCM and maybe do a cap control strat, or just corral KDCM while they're trying to push MJ12's mechs.
Yeah, and we do have KDCM locked all ready to go. Just waiting on MJ12.
Roger. There's always a possibility, too, that KDCM takes some kind of range strat. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. They could do it.
They are good with both. They just like to brawl. That's the difference.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They do enjoy their brawl.
MJ12 looks ready to go, just waiting for a locked signal. Level letting us know that he only dates professional mecha warriors. Good man. There's not many of us left. He also wants Lerm. I ain't gonna lie to you, I want Lerm too. Deathmenos is locked. We are ready to roll. Good to go.
Roger that. I am ready to go
Launching.
as well.
Drop 3. I will not drop into a mech this time. See, I've dropped into mechs in lead position before. I never had an issue, but I know what Ash is talking about now. I dropped into a mech and then you can get back into third person view, but you can't see anything. Couldn't get anything back on.
I mean, sometimes you just, while you're casting, you just got to go along for the ride. You know what I mean? And if you end up in somebody's cockpit, you do the best that you can from that position.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. What do you got coming in for, which team do you want?
I got MJ12 dropping on me. I got a Linebacker Prime for Stas and Vulcan 5T for Zebras, Assassin 23 for Deathmenos, Todd Marshall and Wolverine 7K, good thinking, my man, and Arctic Wolf for Horseman. What do you got on Kel's side?
So we have Giggity Goo in a Linebacker Prime, Jay in a Crab 27, Dreadnought in a Bushwhacker S2, Stool Softener in a Vindicator 1X, Invictus in a Black Lantern BM. And they are heading straight for Theta. No breaks.
Vindicator 1X. Colorful looking. It is HIV positive.
Of course it is.
Oh man, this is such a big match. Getting the other team takes forever.
I know. Both teams heading straight for the cap at this point. Looks to me, if I was a betting man, I'd say KDCM is going to get there later. Looks like MJ12 is going to get there first.
I can tell you right now, both these teams are not comp ready. These mechs are not white camoed out as they should be for this map.
Yeah, but then again, Is it really gonna matter? It might.
No.
We'll see.
It doesn't usually matter.
I have my fair share of camoed white mechs for snow maps, but I always end up dropping them on other maps, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is correct. You always need ECM for that too. Although I like Invictus's choice, bringing the Black Lantern out. That'll probably work out in their favor if they brawl hard in
Theta
this.
is controlled by the enemy.
So, MJ12 has the cap completely to themselves. They're taking it now. I think that was the signal KDCM was waiting for. Staz might be able to spot this push coming in from the middle of the map. But the time, the clock is running now that they have the cap, so KDCM can't wait any longer.
Yeah, MJ12 needs to get up with Stas here pretty quickly. KCZM's coming in hard for that linebacker.
Yeah, looks like Stas is going to be the first target called for KDCM. Seen a lot of SRMs, a lot of medium pulse. Don't really know about the Bushwhacker turning his back like that.
Yeah, that was not a good choice. Dreadnought. But they are working hard on Stas. Oh my lord. Legs.
Yes.
Going down.
I was just going to say Stas needs to get out of there.
Are they going hard legs? Dreadnought's been leg too.
I think they are, yes.
Looks like both teams are going legs. Jay's been legged. His crab. Todd Marshall's been legged. He's down.
Zebras goes down by Invictus. Demethos kills Jay. Horseman kills Dreadnought. It's just terrible. They're dying from one after another. Both teams doing such a great job. MJ12 just needs to hang on. Horseman can still pull this off if he just finds a mech and just stays alive.
Flamers, machine guns, and an MRM-40 on that Vindicator.
Oh my god.
Like the Black Lantern. Oh man. Like mechs. Only Giggity is in good condition. I guess Stool's
MJ12
lost.
could have like cycled off the train on the hill there. They could have like balanced it out, you know. So you know, maybe work around the outside of that brawl push. You know, it was unfortunate that Staz was the first one to get caught because it forced his team to kind of stay with him.
Yeah, they should have backed up a little bit and created a little bit of a firing line as they came in, and then they don't have one mech to focus on. But I thought they were doing good at the start, but like I said, Kel's Danger Close Mercenaries are just great when it comes to the brawl and stripping mechs and focus firing.
Yeah,
And
well,
like I said,
it comes
they worked
down
on legs
to
there, and they worked on it fast.
also
Resource
the
point Theta is ours.
linebacker for Majestic 12 went down almost immediately, you know, and then KDCM was able to hold on to theirs, and that's the only heavy in this matchup, so, you know, you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of keep it protected.
Well, and their great mix of
We've captured
machine
resource
guns and
point Sigma.
lasers. It is so easy to strip and destroy opponents, and that's what you're focusing on. It didn't take them long.
Yeah.
Oh. The Wolverine had SRM 6 plus Artemis. Their linebacker had SRMs, Stassen. Zebras and the Vulcan had the lasers. Jay had lasers. 2 AMS he was expecting. Good man. Always be careful. Bushwhacker had SRM 6s.
Yeah, 4 of them.
Yeah.
2 AMS too.
Horseman
I think they're
had
expecting
SRMs.
some LRM. Expending ammo for budget purposes.
Just waiting on the caps.
We've gathered enough
Oh,
resources.
thanks.
This triumph will provide us
3
huge
minutes.
tactical benefits.
4 minutes left in the match there. Caps weren't an issue. And KDCM is going to take this second round as well with only 2 dead.
That's right. Looking at those damage numbers, 419 for Giggity in that linebacker prime, and then the top next damage is 380 for Invictus in the Black Lantern, which matches Horseman's max damage for MJ12 at 380 as well. What? Who has a ping of 17? Must be nice. J2. Rich guy.
I guess.
Go to switch teams. Swap the sides.
All right, stats capture is up. Let me see if this isn't correct. Hold on.
It's all about humanity.
All right, there it goes. Team damage for KDCM, we actually had 36 and 10 for the highest for their players. There is no team damage for MJ12 at all, so good on them. 3 components destroyed for the Arctic Wolf from MJ12. 3 components destroyed from Dementos. And giggity giggity goo for KDCM with 4 KMDDs. So really like holding his own and making sure the team's finishing their kills there, or opening up the opportunity for their team to kill things, with 5 components destroyed as well. Really good split on damage there, and that's going to be 2 kills for MJ12 and 5 for KDCM as we move into the next matchup. Next matchup is going to be Hibernal or Rublight.
Yes, sir. Hibernal with Kappa.
All right, Hibernal is up. And we have the possibility of alpha spawns crashing into each other right from the get-go. There's some ridges above Kappa where Delta 2. So there's a good possibility that Team 1 is able to hold the ridges or push through the canyons around Kappa and engage Team 2. Team 2 can take up more of like a range trade strat, as they have some high ground positions that they can use, especially over by Theta. What do you think, System?
Yeah, there's always chance for a flank in this map. And it'd be interesting to see if both teams just come in and face each other, or if they try to play a little bit of a long range strat, wear them out, or if they try to hold, like I said, some top ground in the top of C2 or in D2 and try to flank from a different area of the map. But we'll see.
Yeah, if either team can secure Kappa, it's going to be really difficult to get back, because just the amount of mechs that you can push on top of it and over the top of it as you're capping it. So if Team 2 is too slow to get there when Team 1 gets there, it's going to end up being a situation where you won't have to just take a light or a medium off the cap. You're going to have to take off heavies and an assault mech, and it's going to be really difficult to retake the cap if it turns into a long game.
Yeah. Oh. And Giggity and Invictus with nice bonus destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all the MJ12 is here now. All 5 boys on deck.
Just
So
waiting
they're
for the
moving
teams
around.
to lock up and get ready for this next matchup. It's going to be 4 heavies and 1 assault. Do you think for assault mechs we're going to see clan assaults, or do you think we're going to see an IS assault for either side?
I mean, I keep seeing guys bring a lot of Thinking it.
The assault's going to be
either.
the kicker in this match, I think. You know.
Ooh, MJ12 is locked. I think teams are always bringing the wrong mix. They're always bringing the. Damn it! Can't think of it now. It's ruining my life. I want to see Orions. That's what you bring to this kind of fight.
Yeah, you could almost do the Orion pair up. You could do the Orion V and like the Orion TC. That's by all means fair for the drop. You know. All right, I'm
It'd
gonna
just
have.
be interesting to see if they bring one fast mech as well.
Well, while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and bring up the score screen, and I'll show you guys exactly where the teams are sitting.
Because what is the point spread right now?
The point spread is 21 for KDCM and 6 for MJ12. It's going to be in order for MJ12 to start fighting back, they really need to win this drop and the following drops. They are picking up some points on kills, but they need to do significantly more damage if they're going to trail on the cap game.
So yeah, it brings Kells to 206. They're, what, 25 away from overthrowing undercover crack inspectors for 4th place?
I believe so, yes. I'll bring that up real quick while we're waiting. So yeah, just add 21 to the 185 that they had previously. Yeah, they're well on their way to creating what we like to call an upset. We'll see how the rest of this plays out.
I did not think CSPS would be up that high. That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
But this has been a great division so far.
Yeah, it has.
A lot of good teams in here.
I mean, pulling ahead of the Division A Aardvarks is a feat in itself. So that's a lot of point grabbing for that team. Looks like both teams are locked.
Huzzah, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right, let's launch this.
Lunch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to assume Div A Aardvarks are going to dethrone CSPS, but CSPS still makes 1st place because that means 228 Wuhan Watch needs to make 37 points.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard press. It's gonna be completely weird to see if that happens. You know.
Where they're playing.
Ooh.
Oh, they're playing JGX. Ugh. Yep, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
But back to KDCM versus MJ12.
Yep. I got Kel's Danger Close Mercenaries over here in the north spawn. Jay and an Executioner. Stool Softener and a Thanatos 5T. Dreadnought and Cataphract 3D. And Giggity Giggity Doo in a Quick Draw IV4 with Invictus and a Linebacker Prime. What do you have?
Yeah, they
over
put the CERM linebacker way in the back. It's an interesting idea. We got Todd Marshall and Summoner F, Death Meadows in the Mad Cat 2B, Rifleman 2C, 2 for Zebras, the Night Gyre D, which is, I don't know why guys picked that, it's awful. I'm gonna lie to you. Horseman in the Thanatos 5S. It looks like dual Gossi babies. So it looks like they are going to play the long range strat on this one.
Yeah. They need to spot what KDCM is doing right now, though. Otherwise, it's going to be over for Zebras. Gets caught on the hill. Is KDCM going to push him? It looks like they are.
Yep, he's ducking down, but it's not.
Oh, this might be a big mistake on KDCM's part.
Focusing hard on that Executioner. Jay not in a good place. He needs to back up, which it looks like he is doing.
Zebra's isolating himself in the tunnel. Not quite the best move, but Jay is at 42%.
Jay is not giving a care in the world, just pushing hard into these guys. Goes down. Focusing hard on Stassen and then Nightgyre.
Stas needs to get out if he can, but he's not going to be able to. The rest of his teammates are going to have to come in from behind and do some major damage and drop some strikes as well.
It's also incorrect. Horseman's got 2 Ultra 10s.
Does he really?
But they're-
Oh, wow.
They're the last 2 left. Although we'll see, how far does the linebacker have to go? Cataphract has to... I don't know if they can climb this hill fast enough. Even Stool.
And they seem to
They
be a
might
little
be...
bit
They're
stuck
probably going
right
to be
there.
up Giggity here.
They might have to go through the tunnel on the left in order to assist Giggity.
Dreadnought's up with the Cataphract. He can back up Giggity now. Ooh, Todd Marshall. Oh, he's down. Leg.
Horseman, the last one up. See if he can take Stool Softener down. Being the highest damage mech for KDCM right now.
Oh, they are still going legs. Ruthless.
They just don't stop pushing. There is no brakes on these guys.
Oh, and they're super smart with what they're
Under
focusing
enemy
on.
control.
Yeah. Excellent play
Yeah.
by KDCM. Just another slaughter. MJ12 needs to come back somehow if they can on these next 2 matchups.
Yeah, great. Top damage in match, 432 by Stassen and then a Nightgyre D. So he's showing me wrong. So I'm glad he did. Jay and that Executioner only making 91. Yikes. But he pushed in super hard. He could have backed off and let somebody else take some damage. So kind of a mistake on his end. 415 by Stool Softener and that Thanatos 5T. I did not see what he had when I had the chance. Great damage numbers by both teams.
All right, stats captures up. You know, the summoner, he actually put in some pretty decent work for MJ12. You know, being the didn't he have the PPCs? I believe he did. And then, like you said, Stool Softener, huge damage output, and kill secures about 3. Team damage, I'm not seeing a whole lot from either side. Jay again with 17 team damage. I guess he's just like making sure his guys are pushing. Kind of a
Just give him a little
weird
tap.
way. Yeah, you will push. You know, MJ12, a little bit of separation there when they received the push initially. Had they kind of spread rather than you know, getting trapped individually, they might have been able to, you know, damage, focus or kill the mechs that they were trying to focus.
Yeah, they almost had an opportunity to have a crossfire on KDCM, but with a team like that who was going to push hard and still focus, because they still had a 5-on-3 in theory, even if who was it, Horseman and Dith?
I
Summoner?
believe so.
Even if they were closer, the 5-on-3, they still were coming in there, still focusing legs, still coming to murder them hard. I don't know if it would have made much difference there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there was a way to stop that, just considering how close KDCM was able to get to MJ12 by the time they pushed in.
Yeah, the way they pushed, the way it worked out, it just worked out perfect for them.
It did. I have the MWO map strat up. We have Rubelite Oasis next, with Theta being the cap. I think initially this is going to come down to taking the cap first and then holding it. Both teams, Team 1 kind of needs to be fast to move into their positions, because if they don't, then Team 2 is going to be able to capitalize on the platforms. Or setting up an Echo 7. Team 1, they can come in and take Theta. I believe there's a little bit of a benefit for Team 2 though with the cap on Theta, because it slopes towards them. So for Team 1, in order for them to cap it, they have to go up and over a hill, which favors ranged play for Team 2. What do you think, System? How do you think Rubelite Oasis needs to play out?
KDCM is locked. Sorry.
All good.
Yeah, I mean this might be the one for Majestic 12 to put mechs in the right place and play long range. Because I have watched teams rush on this one, and if they catch you out of position, you're dead. Forget it. Maybe it'd be a little bit different with big boys in this one, but you can still get some fast moving big boys, gargoyles, executioners, even 65 on mechs are fast enough to push in there and do some hard work.
Yeah, this is a 4 assault 1 light drop too, so there isn't going to be any kind of fast play unless you know they bring fast assaults. But that's going to they're really going to be able to see that coming because of the tonnage drop. Because you're going to be looking at like Victors and Mad Cats and things that normally don't get used if you wanted to do some kind of speed of any kind. But it's going to come down to lights, really. Who can keep their light alive the longest to kind of keep control of that cap. And I've seen it again and again when a light goes down in this series, and it's a cap control kind of map. The team that loses their light is going to be hard pressed to take back the cap without moving their mechs out of position.
So it is fully essential to keep your light mech alive in this drop. Like, you don't want to lose it under any circumstances. Majestic 12 looks locked, just waiting for confirmation.
Roger that.
Hopefully that's soon.
Not much of a tonnage difference. I mean, MJ12 coming in a little bit heavier than KDCM, 405 to 395.
They're locked.
All right.
You ready to roll?
I am ready.
All right. Let's dance.
Four assaults and one light about to spawn for both teams, MJ12 and KDCM. Theta is the cap. I'm curious how this is going to play out. Both teams coming in now. I'm checking out KDCM over here. They have a Dreadnought and a Blood Asp A.
Capture and hold the resource point.
Stool Softener
Any
and a Wolfhound
hostiles
1A,
heading your way.
Invictus and Annihilator 1P, Mad Cat 2, Death Strike for J, and an awesome AQ for Giggity Giggity Q. It's actually range trade. What do you got for MJ12?
Has almost a very different type of deck. Minus, we got Powered Marshal and the Wolfhound 2, Stassen in the Cyclops Schleppnir. Let me just double check because I don't like these. The Ultra 5, Ultra 10 builds might be a good choice for this one. Horseman in the MK2B, Annihilator 2A for Draven, and Vithmenos in the Blood Asp Alpha.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a bit of a mix here. Like, Jay has the Gauss Rifle Death Strike. I really like that build. He's only got 3 ER large lasers though. It's kind of different. ER PPCs for an awesome AQ. More PPCs.
Stool Softener on Seda. He's going to get a quick cap here. Looks almost.
That's some interesting range mix.
Ooh, Todd falling down. That might means that Kells gets it right off the bat. Yep.
Stool could have put
Just.
more damage on that cap. He didn't have to leave quite as fast. But
Well, I think at this
Good
point
call,
they're
though.
just going to. No one's going to push it now until they're all dead.
yeah, true.
Yeah, MJ12 pushing all on the right side here. They got some slow boys in the back that need to get in here and start sharing armor, putting fire down range.
Todd's moving around the right. He might be doing some kind of flank with light. I mean, it doesn't seem like MJ12 is going to use their light for capping at the moment. So, strike coming out on Staz.
Big strike on Giggity and Invictus. Did they nothing?
Apparently
Did not
it
hit
missed.
them? That was a Christmas miracle right there.
Looks like Todd's going for the cap. It's very dangerous. If the range mechs up for KDCM see this, they can kill him.
Yeah, Todd's stealing the cap back. Smart guy. Still away in the back.
Yeah. Now that oh, cap denial. It's neutral. Looks like the Wolfhound for KDCM is coming back in to retake control of that cap.
Yeah, he's trying to get some good strikes in from behind.
Yeah. Horseman's Mad Cat 2B is just getting punished by the awesome AQ and Annihilator 1P for KDCM. Strike, though, on Giggity. That puts him down to 56%. We might see two mechs trade each other up.
Beautiful strikes on Giggity. He's hurt in a lot of places, but he's still got his ERPPCs.
Stool sweeping in with his light, taking the Mad Cat 2B out of the fight. Oh, we got a little bit of a brawl going on down here. Dreadnought versus a Bloodass and a Wolfhound. He takes out Dementos, and now he's fighting the Wolfhound. He's going to need some help.
Oh, Todd.
Todd's in a bad Stool place. Needs to come in and help. Oh, okay.
Got him.
Todd needs to run away now.
Well, Stool at 95%. Chasing. Oh, Draven right there, though.
I think Jay is stripped. Nope, he's still got 2 lasers.
Two down for MJ12. Just Dreadnought down on the Kel side. 3 down for MJ12.
Yep.
Stassen going down. Just Draven and Todd. They have a good chance to take out Giggity here. Oh no, not with Todd down, getting killed. Invictus. 4-year PPC and
Draven just needs to stay alive, and he can't spend too much time on this Wolfhound, otherwise the other teammates are going to come down and take him out. He gets the Wolfhound. He might be able to kill the Mad Cat, but there's 2 mechs coming up behind him right now. This is bad for him.
Oh yeah. He's red CT, back armor stripped. That's 1 touch.
And he goes down. Wow.
Yeah, MJ12 just not having a good day today.
Do you think they overextended? I mean, is that... I don't know.
I think a little bit.
They did have DACA versus
But it's
VPCs.
hard to say.
I don't know. I mean, it's a good idea to push, but maybe not on that right ridge. Might have been better served to go around the bottom left.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
This map's such a hard one to find good cover with a lot of shooting lanes.
Yeah, it was
Kel's Danger had the better side, better positioning in that manner, so...
I really think it was easier either a week or a couple weeks ago when there was heavies on this map, because it gave you more options.
Yeah, Invictus with 542 top damage of the match. 496 for Stassen, that Cyclops schlepping. Good job by both teams. Great damage numbers by both. No one getting massacred up the front. Or out of the gate. Swap sides, and then we can change the map. As it is my favorite, Crimson Strait.
Just bringing up a more comprehensive version of the stats right here. The Annihilator 1P with the quad ER peeps putting out a whopping 500 damage. Pretty close to Staz, RN's, Cyclops, Sleipnir. Different range though for both of those mechs. Almost no team damage for either side. The honorable mentions here, we have a the Death Strike with 3 components destroyed, and I'd say with the or 2 components destroyed, which is pretty good for a Gauze boat. Let's see here. Big killers though, like Stool Softener for KDCM, Staz with 2 assists, and Draven and Todd Marshall with the 2 kills that MJ12 got on KDCM. Next match, or go ahead.
Oh, the next map. I'm just staring at the other match going on right now. JGX is 42 points over 228's 7. So they are getting massacred in that Div A to B swap.
Oh my god.
That read it.
Alright, Crimson Strait, everybody's favorite map, unless you're on opposing sides of the saddle. Cap is going to be Epsilon, so...
Which is such a weird cap.
It's off in the middle of nowhere, man, but it definitely allows for the island to become center focus for one of the teams.
Yeah, because I would choose C4 for Team 1, fire from that ridge line and building line. Like, you got to use the island. Or D3,
Yeah.
D4, like, in the water.
What could...
Or from...
Well, I was going to say, what could happen, though, you know, like, if Team 2 takes the cap right away, they can just sit on island and kind of babysit it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of good advantage positions in Charlie 4.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, I do love these ones. So what are you used to doing in this map? Say the Kappa, that's it, that's where you fight.
Yeah.
So being at Epsilon with a 5v5, it's like, yeah, it's a lot of different lane options you can shoot from.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of each plus whatever, so I guarantee you we're probably going to see 2 assaults and then medium, light, and heavy. So...
And you could bring a Pirate's Bane to this one, just lurk from the water.
You could also bring the Spider 5V if you want to be severely underpowered, but cap really fast. It's not necessarily the best strategy.
Well, that's not what we're here. We're here for bad strategy. Bring in the interesting mechs. This
True.
one makes no sense. Perfect. Bring it, boys. MJ12 almost ready to lock from the looks of it.
Roger that. Well, just waiting for both teams to lock. You have a look at the score before the final match here.
MJ12 is locked.
Roger that. 5 minutes for KDCM. Well, according to what I'm seeing on the scoreboard, we have 41 points for KDCM overall and 12 points from MJ12. MJ12 needs to put the brakes on KDCM, and they need to win this match. And I'd say just because I think they can, and I really hope they do.
Well, it's something to do to bleed the point difference here.
Yeah.
It's all about humanity.
It's been a tough go for MJ12 so far.
It has. I'm
Even with
almost
the
wondering if they're like,
The mech death difference has been so substantial as well.
yeah. I mean, it's almost an impossible scenario when like you have 5 mechs focusing you as an individual pilot, right? And your team isn't there to support you in certain scenarios. It's not realistic to escape from that. So you almost need to anticipate it, and you need to set up accordingly to kind of, you know, give everybody enough space to kind of receive these pushes, so that you guys can damage them, or so that a team can damage them over the course of the entire match.
Yeah.
Slowly bleed their mechs out. Maybe even go legs on some of the faster mechs, and then instead of trying to finish it, maybe run away. You know, find another target.
KDCM is locked, so we are ready to roll.
All right.
Just let me know.
We are good to go.
For that, I think the best way to explain KDCM as a team is, have you played StarCraft? Because if you haven't, you just send the Marines in, they roll around a target and start lighting it up.
Yeah.
And what the opposite team will do is basically kill the odd Marine, and then they just move to the next target, and then you just swarm each singular target and destroy it in a very efficient manner.
Yeah, it's like a Marine rush, or in some matchups, it's like a Zerg rush. You know, like if you really wanted to get it down to like StarCraft logic, like it's exactly what it is. And I mean, the best way to kind of defeat those kind of pushes is to put some terrain between you and your enemy, and you know,
And strikes.
Yeah,
a lot of these teams aren't using strikes the way, you know, 228 or KDCM and teams do. Strikes are your friend when it comes to teams like KDCM. You want to destroy them as they come in and destroy them fast.
Yeah, there's a reason why you're not seeing a whole lot of team damage from KDCM. It's because they're not dropping strikes because they can, because they're you know, pushing through enemy targets.
Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
That's right. Well, I'm staring at MJ12 right now. We got Draven Dark Shadow in the Direwolf Prime, which is probably a great idea. Night Gyre JK for Stassin, Annihilator 2A for Horseman, Todd Marshall and Wolfhound 2, and a Vapor Eagle 1 for Dips Menos. What do you got in the Kel's Danger Close side?
So, for KDCM, I have Invictus in a Vapor Eagle A, Giggity in a Quick Draw IV4, Stool Softener in a Wolfhound 1A, Dreadnought in a Cyclops 10Q, and Jay in the Executioner C. They are not going towards Epsilon. This looks like it's going to happen at Tunnel.
That is not the MRM Cyclops age. Yeah, they're pulling island side. They're playing mainland side.
Looks like Todd's going to be able to spot this, and he's going to respond by going to the cap, I think. He's getting a really good look at it. Yep, he's heading for the cap. And the rest of MJ12
he's staring island, though. He's wondering where they are.
Oh, you maybe didn't see it? I thought he did. Strike on him. KDCM sees him.
Yep.
Almost looks like the Wolfhound for KDCM might get a flank on the Direwolf here at some point.
That's MJ12
takes
wants to get some dirty back shots, yeah. Oi, close the door. Rude.
Were you doing laundry?
No.
Because there's a load of wet, dryer, and wet towels in the wash.
Thank you. Stool's getting close here. Oh, big strike. If he didn't back tap Draven enough to let him.
No, definitely not. Yeah, we have Stool engaging 2 assaults and a Wolfhound by himself, but it's not important because KDCM is coming in through the buildings. Do they see this?
Oh, they're going to push them into the water. I don't think KDCM's going to stay in the buildings and pick them apart.
Honestly, though, like they need to go to the water.
They're going to focus Direwolf right off the bat here.
They need to go to the water. They need to, in order to receive this push. They need to keep backpedaling almost to the out of bounds.
Yeah, keep everybody back. Not going good for Draven. 68%, just 59% down. Just massacred. Annihilator 2, he's going to be focused here. These guys coming in quick. Dreadnought not in a good place here, 36%.
He might go down, yeah.
So MJ12 doing their great job focusing on him to get him out, but...
Dreadnought is still up. What? He finally goes down.
He smartly cycled out, but delayed the time. Stats in 73%. Both legs again. Todd Marshall going down.
They're
Justice Meadows.
just not stopping. They're leg focused. They're moving as a team. They're calling targets and they're just eliminating any chance that MJ12 had to even do the same.
Oh, focusing legs on Diff Meadows as well.
Yeah, it's a 4v1 scenario. And it's been like this for most of it.
Just a ruthless brawling strategy, and they are just like getting it 100%. Like I said, MJ12 did exactly what they needed to do: back into water, keep facing targets, try to take them out, which they did. They got Dreadnought, almost got Stool. Just the speed and efficiency of Kel's Danger Close in that brawling scenario is just way too difficult to do.
I mean, just
fighting him.
Look at the mech selections too. I mean, you have the Quick Draw IV4, great brawler. You know, the Vapor Eagle A, and this Executioner probably has Mask on it as well. You just get these things in to 100 meters, and if they're completely undamaged,
Theta
you
is
can't
controlled
really
by the enemy.
do anything to get rid of it. You have to put that damage on them. You know, 1,000 meters out, you know, and start damaging them early. Otherwise, they're just gonna get close to you and cycle their armor.
Yeah, other than dropping strikes on the buildings as they were about to walk through them, come into the water. That's the kind of stuff you have to do.
If I was fighting these guys, I would have actually selected a different light mech, something with jump jets, you know, just to keep tabs on the, you know, the push from these guys. You know, because that's really what they needed, was somebody to just watch them the entire time and call out where they're at. So landing strikes on the way. Getting some GGs from the other teams here, just waiting for KDCM to finish capping.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
1 kill for MJ12 and 5 kills for KDCM. That's gonna do it for this game today, or this matchup.
Yeah, not even super high damage numbers. Giggity in that quick draw with 407 being the top damage. 317 from Horseman and then neither to 2A. Man, just great focus fire, great efficiency. Say, crazy. I just think MJ12 is a team that is meant and understands how to fight not brawling teams. I'm going to say higher div teams.
Yeah.
Like they know how to strategize against like 228 Blackwatch, JGX, teams like that. Maybe not beating them, but they can strategize against them, and they have a decent time against teams like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, a team like KDCM, it's tough. Like sometimes it just works out. They just get obliterated, right? But sometimes obliterating a brawl team's easy, and then like sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to like what range are you going to fight these guys at? Are you going to fight them at long range and damage them as they close, or are you going to try and put as much damage on them as they close into that magical 600 meter mark? But I mean, you have to be able to trade and fade almost definitely if there's no damage put on them while they're closing in. Some damage numbers from the KDCM, you had Dreadnought and the CP10Q doing 231 before it went down. Horseman from MJ12 the Annihilator 2A doing 317 damage before he went down. There was a lot of good opportunities here to possibly get more of KDCM mechs down, but they just couldn't capitalize on it.
We got Jay here waiting if you are ready to have someone come in and talk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up the score screen really quick, and then we'll cycle right into the interview. You want to go ahead and bring them in?
They are. Great job out there, guys.
It was good. We practiced the hell out of that. Really?
we seriously, I think we practiced every night for like a week for this game because we weren't paying attention to the standings or any of that up until like last week when we realized like, oh, we could still be third place if we like go super serious on this last drop. So we
Yeah, we did about the opposite.
you guys were just on the tail end and just yeah. I mean, it happens. We didn't end up practicing for 2 of our most important drops, and sure as hell lost.
Well, 7 weeks is a long time to practice and practice hard. Because, like I said, this division is a tough division. Lots of great hard teams.
Oh yeah, there were like 5 or 6 lead changes throughout the whole thing. Like it was pretty nuts.
So I guess
Yeah.
Dith, were you guys not ready for any of the the super brawl push strategies that KDCM was doing?
Not really. We expected them, but not the way they came.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they were able to get close to you guys, and then when you saw them, it was kind of too late to reposition.
Yeah, sometimes the scouting failed. Sometimes it didn't work out in the beginning. Max didn't move fast enough to get in a better position. All that kind of stuff.
We dedicated like I think everything we played tonight was speed tweak just because it's 80 is fast, but 85, 87, like stuff like that is what you need if you're gonna do. And we made that mistake of not bringing the proper speed max like throughout the entire tournament. So we figured we'd try and do it right this time.
Well, it definitely worked out this time. Sweet Lord.
We busted our asses like third place with brawl only is I could be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on the entire ToC division, you guys are definitely the angriest brawlers in Division B. So I really can't think of anybody else who really does the same thing. Everybody expected it too, and I mean, a lot of teams were hard pressed to react to it or do the adaptation to change up to deal with it. I mean, good. Well done. Making it work.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Some of the mechs are like almost no ammo mechs. I mean, everybody the entire time was like, okay, the fight's gonna last about 1 minute and 30 seconds on a good day. So let's run 2.5 tons of MRM ammo in our IV4s and weird stuff like that. Just really min-maxing the DPS. I mean, we have the Black Lannery run cut like everything for HMGs just to have those few ticks of damage per second. So it's, this entire week has been super stressful, and we're just happy to get back to faction warfare after this, finally.
Yeah. So, Dith, when you guys were on Polar Highlands, did you plan on losing the linebacker first, or was it just like an unfortunate thing? I mean, you guys knew KDCM was pushing in from that north route, so.
Well, the linebacker was pretty close to their push, and the team didn't pull in time. Like the team was a bit spread out when the push came.
Yeah.
Actually, we wanted to push, but you guys were fast and put the linebacker out of commission before we could really get up to it.
Yeah, we recognized the threat of the linebacker, and it was just. I mean, I straight up threw my mech away just to get extra shots on the linebacker. I flat backed to 4 of your guys to make sure that goes out, because we could trade a crab for a backer. It's not a horrible loss. So it was the second we saw you guys had a linebacker. We might have expected range, something like that. We didn't expect you guys to bring brawl, so it was the panic going on in our channel when we saw the first linebacker was pretty, uneasy.
Well, there's a possibility, and I've heard rumblings of a ToC2. Are we going to see both of your teams in that next tournament?
Certainly.
Maybe.
Looking back on the entire tournament, how'd you guys feel about it?
Well, it's if we could land the middle of the pack running nothing that shoots beyond 220 meters, we're pretty happy with it. I don't know if we're gonna do Brawl only next season, but if we could do it one season, we're happy with it. We're very happy with it. We thought the format, like the 4-and-1, then the single cap, and the 5, everything about it was great, and the seating was great because in Div B and C at the very least, it was just like everything came down to the wire. I mean, Div B didn't have a clear winner until yesterday, basically. So,
Well, I gotta say, after today's performance, there's a good possibility you could end up in a higher division at some point. Would you be worried about that? Because I don't think the same strat's gonna work in a higher division.
we will never. We will, and I hope Kraz is listening. So long as there's a threat of us going into Div 1, not only will we not play on Saturdays, but we will also not run Murata or Yondu, because they're not even allowed to play. Murata and Yondu are just they're permanent bench. They just wave flags with KDCM on them, and that's it. Like we don't if we go up to Div 1 after this, I'm gonna fight Kraz in the MechCon parking lot.
Careful with that one.
I know. I had to get it out. I'm running out of dumb things to say, to be honest.
That's all right.
Diff, how was the time difference for you guys?
Manageable.
Yeah. Still able to get lots of the team in, play this one since there's not a lot of European time availability?
It's fine enough, I believe. Especially with the current time, most people got used to be up late.
Yeah, we had a lot of us worked Saturdays, so we couldn't make yesterday's game happen. And the other times we had to schedule on Saturdays, like most of us still work for COVID, so like we're just, work all night, wake up, work, go home, Mech Warrior, and it's like stressful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I need to head back to yell at my guys to get ready for faction. So if anyone wants to play faction, we're probably going to be there screwing around. Dith, Great Games, Coyote, Belmont, I hate you two. You're horrible casters. I never want to see you back.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you both. Good matchup.
GG.
GG. All right. Well, I'm just going to flash over to the tournament page right now. And that was 51 points for Kells, right? So that's going to put them up significantly. So did they take third place then?
I believe so.
All right.
236. They are 5 points above Undercover Crack Inspectors, so they are fourth place. Sorry, well, third. So the Div A Aardvarks.
Got it. Well, that's gonna do it for today's matchup between KDCM and MJ12. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the cast. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for joining me today, System.
No problem. Thanks for having me.